What's up, everybody? You already know who it is. It's Drip God Daryl, and I'm coming at y'all with another bang. Now, I know I'm probably late to the party, but it's Christmas, so I decided to bless y'all with something very interesting. Now, for Christmas, I decided to tell y'all my NBA Western Conference rankings. Now, as you guys can see, we are on Tier Maker. And with this Western Conference Western Conference tier list, I'm going to put the teams in order from, first seed to 8th seed, while also putting the teams in different categories such as championship contenders, playoff participants, borderline playoff teams, and try again in a few years. So, with that, let's get started. Now, the number 1 seed, the team that I think is going to be the first seed, is the LA Clippers. Now, I know y'all probably like, the LA Clippers, they just choked the 3-1 lead last year. The reason I say the LA Clippers is because they have the most to prove this season. Everybody on their team, besides the newer recruits, have a chip on their shoulder. We just seen the day before yesterday when they played the Lakers. You didn't see any barking or any, foolishness like last year. Everyone is serious. You seen Paul George. He had something to prove. He scored 33 points with good efficiency. And then they've only gotten better defensively. They traded, not necessarily traded, but they got rid of Montrezl Harrell and got Serge Ibaka, a player who could pick and pop and also plays way better defense than Montrezl Harrell. So with that, I feel like they will be the first seed. Alright. For the second seed, I have the LA Lakers. Now, they're also champion contenders, just like the Clippers. Now, the reason I have the LA Lakers second and not first is because I feel like they're gonna lose a step with the players that they got defensively, especially. Like I said in my video before, not before this one, but like 2 days ago, the Lakers defense looked very suspect, especially these 3 players: Marc Gasol, Montrezl Harrell, and Wesley Matthews. So yeah, I feel like their defense is gonna take a slip, and yeah, I feel like every year, LeBron's getting older, so he's losing a step. Like I said in that video before, he was missing some easy layups, and I just feel like, yeah, they're gonna be the second seed, but they're still championship contenders. So yeah, with that, let's go to my third team. Now, the third team, or the third seed that I think will not be a championship contender, but will be playoff participants, is the Portland Trailblazers. I know y'all are probably surprised. Y'all like, Portland Trailblazers, why them? And the reason I think it's going to be the Portland Trailblazers is because they recently just had a very successful, push for the 8th seed, and they only got better. They got a lot of people back from injuries, such as Rodney Hood. Carmelo Anthony is looking good. And yeah, like I said, they only got better, and I feel like Dame might have a MVP season. So with that, yeah, I got Portland. I got Portland. With that, let's go to my fourth seed. And my fourth seed, it was kind of tough to choose. But with that, I chose the Denver Nuggets. Now, the reason I chose the Denver Nuggets is because for the past 2 to 3 years, they have been consistent being at least a top 4 seed. Last year, I think they were the 3rd seed, and the year before, I think they were the 2nd or 3rd seed again. So I feel like they've been consistent with that. I don't think they're championship contenders, but I do think they're playoff participants, and I do feel like they can really shake things up, especially with how Jokic and Jamal Murray were looking last year. So, with that, let's go to the 5th seed in the East. Who do I think is going to be? Now, for my 5th seed in the East, I think it's going to be the Dallas Mavericks. Now, the Dallas Mavericks are my hometown. I'm from Dallas, and I love Dallas. But the reason I think they're going to be the 5th seed is because Kristaps Porzingis is injured. Now, we don't know when we're going to see him back, but like I said, he's injured, and I feel like they're going to become the 5th seed because, you know, Houston is looking bad. And by bad, I mean like they're not looking necessarily bad playing, but Harden is, you know, fucking around, you know, at strip clubs and shit like that. So I feel like they're gonna take a dip, and then I feel like Luka, he might have an MVP season. So with that, I feel like he will carry them. And also their defense has gotten a little better with them getting Josh Richardson. So yeah, with that, I feel like the Dallas Mavericks are my 5th seed. All right. So for my 6th seed, I feel like that team is going to be the Utah Jazz. No. The reason I say the Utah Jazz will be the 6th seed is because they've been consistently making it to the playoffs, you know, for like the past 5 years. And they didn't really get any better. They just pretty much stayed stagnant with their team. So yeah, I feel like plenty of other teams got better, such as Portland, you know, the Lakers, and Dallas. So, oh yeah, and also the Clippers. So I feel like they're going to be that 6th team, you know, that middling team. All right. With that, my 7th seed. Now, it got real tough right here. But I think this is real tough, man. Because you got teams like the Phoenix Suns. They just got, you know, Chris Paul. You got the Pelicans. So much young talent. You got the Rockets. They still have James Harden. And you got the Golden State Warriors. But with that, I feel like my 7th seed is going to be the Phoenix Suns. No. The reason I say the Phoenix Suns is because, man, I feel like the difference Chris Paul will make for this team is going to be so big that it will propel them to the playoffs. And then last year, they did not have DeAndre Ayton for most of the season. But if y'all been watching the preseason games and their most recent game, you guys can see how much of an impact this man really makes. So with that, I just feel like, you know, the Suns will be the 7th seed. Then they have Devin Booker, a certified shooter. You know what I mean? He goes shoot his shots. So yeah, I feel like they're going to be the 7th seed. Last but not least, the 8th seed. Man, this one is tough. Because like I said, man, we still have the Houston Rockets, man. The Houston Rockets, you know, they got Harden. Got the Pelicans, young and, you know, great. Got Golden State. Steph Curry is still there. You know, Steph Curry can carry. He can have MVP season. And, you know, Memphis. They're young and they're hungry. But with the 8th seed, I gotta say, man, I believe in the Houston Rockets. I think the Houston Rockets will be the 8th seed. Now, the reason I say this is because even though James Harden wants to be traded, he's still James Harden, and I've seen what he could do. He can lead a team to the playoffs. So, with that, I feel like, yeah, they will be the 8th seed. And then it's not like they really got any worse, to be honest. They replaced Russell Westbrook with John Wall. I feel like that trade was kind of, like, you know, useless, because those players are damn near the same player. But John Wall is a slightly better three-point shooter. So, yeah, I feel like they will be the 8th seed. Then DeMarcus Cousins. He has been going crazy from in the preseason anyway. So, yeah, I feel like they will be the 8th seed, even though James Harden doesn't want to be there. I feel like he will still lead them to a playoff berth. All right, with that, we done knocked out all of our playoff participants and championship contenders. Now, with that, let's go to the borderline playoff teams. Now, at the 9th seed, I have the Pelicans. Now, they could easily pass up, you know, the Rockets and be the 8th seed, but I feel like the Pelicans just need one more year. You know, they look good. They really do look good, but I just feel like they're gonna need one more year because all their players are so young and inexperienced. But yeah, I feel like they got a bright future, and hey, I could be wrong. They could be better than the Rockets. They could be better than the Suns. They could be better than the Jazz. But who knows? We will see by the end of the season. After them, I have everyone's favorite team. I'm just kidding. No, they're not my favorite team. I have the never mind. I have the Memphis Grizzlies. I got y'all ass. But I have the Memphis Grizzlies because they almost made it to the playoffs last year. What's his name? Damn, I'm having a brain fart right now. I feel like if Jaren Jackson Jr. Damn, my bad, y'all. Jaren Jackson Jr. I feel like if he didn't get hurt, they would have been the 8th seed, but he got hurt. But with that, I feel like they coming back with, you know, the same team. They haven't really got much better, but I feel like they have just enough to at least be a playoff team. And then Ja Morant, he's just been getting better and better. And this year might be the year he gets even better and, you know, get them to the playoffs. But that ain't what I think. I feel like they're still going to be a borderline playoff team. All right. Next up, I feel like how far they have fallen. I feel like the team that's going to be next up will be the Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors will be the 11th seed. And the reason why I think they're going to be the 11th seed is because it's literally Curry, and that's it. That's literally all it is, man. If y'all seen that Brooklyn Nets game versus Golden State Warriors, you will know that's literally all they have. They got good dunkers. Yeah, they got good dunkers, but dunking is not everything. They got Kelly Oubre. He's a good dunker, yeah. They got Andrew Wiggins. He's a good dunker. But they don't got anything else. And I feel like even when Draymond Green comes back, it's not enough. He was trash last year, and I feel like he's just been on the decline anyway. So, yeah, Golden State is my 11th seed. Steph Curry might have an MVP season, though. He might. If he could lead them to the playoffs, he might. But, yeah, they my 11th seed. 12th seed, I have the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, the Minnesota Timberwolves are very confusing to me. Like, they have so much talent. Malik Beasley, D'Angelo Russell, Karl Anthony Towns, and now Anthony Edwards. But I just feel like they just don't know how to make that talent work. And they've proven that time and time again. Way back when they had, Zach LaVine and Andrew Wiggins with Karl Anthony Towns. That was plenty of talent, but they still could not make it work. And I feel like it's going to be the same thing this year. So, with that, I have them at the 12th seed. We're down to 3 teams. Who do y'all think is going to be the last seed? Y'all tell me. But now we're to the part of the list where they're not good enough or they need to try again in a few years. Now, the teams that I think are not good enough is the Sacramento Kings. The Sacramento Kings, man. They just need to fire Luke Walton. Let me put the face cam on so y'all can see what I mean. Man, this is from a Lakers fan. I'm a Lakers fan, and I have to deal with Luke Walton as a coach. And I'm begging the Sacramento head office, fire Luke Walton, please. This man's rotations are horrible. He just sucks as a coach. And then, it's crazy to me. They had a good coach before that. Before they hired Luke Walton. I forgot his name, but they had a coach who was actually getting them wins and actually had them trending upwards. Then they got Luke Walton and they're back on the decline. So, yeah, they're definitely just not good. And last but not least, the last 2 teams. Try again in a few years. Spurs. They have 2 stars in DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge, but they're not doing shit with them. They're not getting any better. They haven't really, drafted anybody special. They haven't, traded or got anybody special in free agency. So with that, I feel like they're going to have another mediocre year. And last but not least, the team that I think is going to be the worst in the NBA. The Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, I feel like they're going to be the worst team in the NBA, but it's not for a bad reason. It's actually for a good reason. And the reason they're going to be the worst team, well, not in the NBA, but in the Western Conference, is because they traded all their players for draft picks, first round picks, and that's a good problem to have, to be honest. So, yeah, they're going to be a bad team, obviously, but at least they do have, some bright things in the future. They still got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's a great player. And yeah, I just feel like even though they're probably going to be the worst team in the West, they still have a very bright future. With that, that's the end of my Western Conference standings. I'll go right back over it again before I hop off. At number 1, the first seed, I have the LA Clippers. Number 2, Second seed, I have the LA Lakers. Number 3, third seed, I have, the Portland Trailblazers. 4, Denver Nuggets. 5, Dallas Mavericks. 6, Utah Jazz. 7, Suns. And 8, Rockets. Then 9th I have, or hey, they might can make an upset and become the 8th. My borderline playoff teams. 9th, Pelicans, Memphis, Golden State, and Minnesota Timberwolves. Those are my borderline playoff teams. They have enough talent, but we just don't know. All right, the teams that's not good enough, Sacramento Kings. Their direction is just, lost in the sauce. But last but not least, the 2 worst teams in the Western Conference, I have the Sacramento Spurs, what a fall from grace, and I have the Oklahoma City Thunder. They have a bright future regardless. With that, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe down below. Turn on notifications so you can know when I upload another NBA video. And with that, I'm out. But before I leave, follow me on my social medias at Twin DeRozan. Link will be in the description down below. But yeah, I'm out.